It is Thursday, January 5th, 2023. The third episode of Behind the Seams with Standard Issue Tees. Today's episode, as Chris Roberts would say, very special. special. Nah, extremely special guest. One of the most humble, kindest, just an amazing individual.
Thanks, Jimmy.
We're years deep friendship now.
Long time.
Born opposite coast.
Mm-hmm.
But we've, through all these years, stuck it out.
Yes, we have.
And ladies and gentlemen, the Paul Rodriguez.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Nah, thank you, Paul.
My pleasure.
I guess I'm going to get right into it. First things first, congratulations. Re-signing another deal with the Nike SB program.
Thank you. Thank you.
I thought that was, I know I called you right after you had posted that, but I felt what you, I think I felt what you were like, you were conveying through it and how special and unique and just, just to commemorate that relationship that you guys had together. You continue to have together.
Yeah. I mean, it's more than I could express in words. I mean, not only to have had a career with Nike and been able to do so many things with them in skateboarding, but like at this stage to re-sign a long time and show that their commitment still to me at this point really touches the heart. You know what I mean? And so I'm just grateful, man. When we came up, I mean, you didn't see people with careers this long yet. You know, at that point, except maybe like Cab or Tony Hawk and Gons. But it was different era,
Yeah, skateboarding is one of the things. It's such a unique art and sport and hobby that if you're able to get 3 to 5 years sponsored, maybe being able to pay your bills out of it, you've won the lottery, so to speak. So to like you were saying, to be able to expand and really build a life out of it like you've done yourself is really only seen by a lot of the some of the guys that we grew up on, the Howards and the Costons and
skateboarding has been nothing but a blessing in my life, man. I can only all glory to God for that. I can't even as a kid when I was dreaming to be a pro skater and I was praying for it every day and I was working towards it every day. I hadn't even lived 20 years yet, so I couldn't even fathom that I'd have a 20-year professional career, and God willing, we'll see how much longer it goes, but like 20-plus year career, like I couldn't even fathom what 20 years was. I hadn't lived 20 years. I was just thinking in the moment, like, I just want to get to that point, want to get there, and I can't believe it. Like, it's came and it's still here. It hasn't went yet.
What I think what's been crystal clear too, and even speaking in present terms, like just from your footage in like the primitive video, you've continued to, as Biggie would say, you worked so hard to get on, and I think it's been crystal clear that you've continued to work that hard. So,
thank you.
To see something like that re-signing with Nike was like,
thank you.
It's no surprise to me. To me, it would be. It's a no-brainer that they would want to continue, that relationship with you.
Thank you, my brother. Yeah, it's just a great feeling, man. Great.
That's cool. And I'm a Nike head. But I especially love Nike SB. I love the guys that they built the program with, the vets. I love the way that they found that cross-pollination of sneaker culture, Japanese sneaker culture, all these special things, especially within the DNA of Nike, and they really, for that second part, they put the formula together. Was awesome. Was interesting. Cause it was like, and I think I mentioned this to you before. Was like, I remember the moment that they had signed you. It was like, all right, these vets and legends, they built the foundation. Now it's really go time. Now you got P-Rod.
Yeah.
And it's like, these guys are, these are the pioneers, and but we got the face of the new generation. Yeah, that was a big point.
It was crazy, and at the time I wasn't like really seeing it like that, and obviously, you know, hindsight is 2020. But that's all the masterminding of, you know, the great Sandy Bodecker, rest in peace, who put together a real team as far as behind the scenes, the people he hired to build up Nike and what became Nike SB. He took a real approach to learn the culture of skateboarding, to embed himself in the culture of skateboarding, and to approach skateboarding right. Because as we know, like, skateboarding is a very, like, stay the fuck out.
Yeah.
You know, leave us alone. Like, don't fuck with our shit. And he became part of the culture, and the crew and people he hired are from the culture and became the culture. And he came in a very gentle, like, unassuming, unalarming way.
Yeah. I mean, and you see it. It's, I mean, it's 2023. The eBay dunk has come out, which was commemorates Sandy's life and legacy. I got an interesting story for you. So Nike SB just starts. You know, at that point in time, for me, from like a skate perspective, Lakai was like the shoe company. I was getting shoes from Lakai. Buddy of mine introduces me to Kevin Imamura. Kevin and I start talking. Yeah, I'm working in the sneaker store, so in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, skating for Nike would be amazing.
And you're still on the East Coast.
I'm still on the East Coast. And Kevin and I started dialogue, and you know, here and there he'd send me some shoes. One of which was the very first Supreme dunks.
With the stars on the side?
No, before that with the Jordan print.
Oh,
with the
really?
elephant print.
Oh, yes. I know what you're talking about. So I'm like,
all right, no, I know nobody that I know's got these. I'm not going to skate in them. You know, I don't know how this situation's going to go. So time goes by. At this point, it's like, all right, I'm not getting on. So I'm a broke skate. I'm making $250 a month from Aesthetics at the time. Like, you know what? I'm gonna try this eBay thing out and put these shoes up here. Dumbass. Kid buys them in Australia. I get the money. He gets the shoes. He reports the shoes as being fake. Played the shit. I played myself and he played me.
Wow.
eBay doubles back, refunds him the money. I'm out the shoes, everything. That's my Sandy Bodecker Nike Dunk
like
Supreme story.
And because there was no verification process.
This is 2004. You know, like,
how would you even verify that?
You know, you couldn't. You know.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was like a real like you played yourself moment.
Do you remember how much you sold them for?
I think it was like $500 too. But you figure back then, $500 was
nice
big for me.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, you know, now, but it's like those shoes are worth what, $4 or $5 now. You know, maybe more.
I don't even know these days. Yeah.
It's a very expensive shoe. It's definitely, in terms of the top selling Nike SBs ever, that's for sure one of them.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
my dumb ass.
I let a lot of those slip right through my fingers by just skating them.
Yeah.
Because I was on some, like, when I first got on, you know, I'm pure skate head, and people are like, what are you doing skating? I was like, they sent me them in a box.
Yeah.
They're skate shoes.
That's what I'm supposed to do.
What am I supposed to do? Like, I'm skating. I'm not going to not skate, bro. Like, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought was really cool when you first got on was obviously is like, I know Action with you. I know Paul is like, but to see you like tall T with like the Bucks dunks on, or like, you know, all the different colorways you were skating at the time. I remember like clips in like the Supreme highs and stuff. You know, it was like, I thought that was such a cool look for you.
Thank you.
And you know, to see you doing like, you know, switch inward heel flip down some big ass stairs in the valley with like a tall tee and some dunk highs on, I was like, this is a cool chapter for the legacy of Paul Rodriguez.
Yeah, man. I look back at those times and I really, really have some fond memories, man. Really, that was a real special time that you can't recreate, you can't recapture. It just was what it was, and I'm grateful.
What's the biggest size T-shirt you think you pushed back then?
Oh, back then it was double XL and
2X?
size 40s pants.
And size 40 pants. Okay, I like that. Yeah,
and
that's
I
good.
was skinny, bro. I was scrawny. So
a 2X at that in 2004 2Xs too. They were big, yo.
That was a Biebel influence for sure.
Fucking Biebel.
Yeah, for sure. Biebel on the double XL.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and it just was like, like now if I try to do that, like I wear, it depends on the shirt, but I'll wear large or XL depending on the shirt. I'll wear 38s and 40s now, but like sometimes
no skinnies
if
Paul.
No
skinnies.
No
skinnies,
I went through a little phase of that too, but I just was like, bro, I need to get back to that. But like sometimes I look, if I try to go a little too baggy, I just look fat. That doesn't sit the same, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, that's just doesn't, you know, the body structure just ain't the same.
Nah, I feel
you go from a kid frame to a more adult frame.
We got to hit the gym. We got to watch what we eat.
Oh yeah, we hit in the gym for sure.
It's difficult.
Yeah.
So going back, like I remember, like I going way back, like DNA, Paul, like and I remember even like Anthony Papalardo back in the day mentioning to me like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Paul's Sponsor Me tape got to workshop. You know, like damn, that would have been amazing if if those stars would ever aligned.
Yeah, you know? I don't remember where it all went out to. It's been so long, but I definitely sent it out. But back then it was literally you open a magazine, you find an address and mail it.
That's
hope somebody watches it, you know.
No industry insider, no connects, no someone helping you get a video to somebody.
The connections through 118, what they had is the connections that I originally, you know, had access to, which were great connections. Like the owners of 118 were the guys who owned DVS.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, Tim. So they owned DVS shoes. But it was this guy named BD, the Dunlaps. And they owned 118, but they also owned DVS, Maddox, all that Podium, what became Podium Distribution.
So those guys would help you service your tapes and stuff.
Yeah, so at that shop, you had Andy Netkin, you had Nigel Alexander worked there. My partner now in Primitive, Jubal Jones. So they knew all the reps. And 118 in our area was like the shop where like the good skaters skated for, you know, were like the hometown heroes. Were there.
Hold on. So you said a key term right there. So at one point, Paul Rodriguez was on Rep Flow.
No.
All right, you skipped Rep Flow.
Oh wait, sorry. For DVS, yes.
Gotcha.
For DVS, yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
See,
you're right.
That's big though for kids to know that like.
For DVS, I was Rep Flow. I would get like 2 pairs a month, and I was gassed. Bro. It was the sickest.
Those 2 pairs meant so much.
Oh, dude, are you kidding me? 2 pairs, I was so gassed, and not that anybody shouldn't be psyched on that. If you got 2 free pairs of shoes a month, anyways. But like at that time, man, that to me it was more of like I think this skate thing's working out. This skate dream, like it was just like a drop of water and I was a shark. I mean, a drop of blood in the water and I was a shark. You know, I smelt that blood and I was ready for the big payoff.
Did those the boxes from the rep, did they go to your house or go to the shop?
No, they went to my house.
Okay, that's big too. That's a big step.
That was big. I think that hookup came because we were 118 was so closely connected to DVS that you know, maybe we got a little bit of extra love, just send it to the crib. Because
once your parents start seeing things come to the house, and they know you don't have money to be ordered and stuff like that, they're like,
and it wasn't even back then. It wasn't really. Never mind. It was CCS. So, but you would need access to a credit card to do that.
For sure. Yeah, I remember the first big box of boards I got to the crib. My mom was like, I could see the wheels turning.
Yeah.
She's like, why are they sending this to the crib? So,
it's just that age. It's equivalent. The feeling of just getting Rep Flow and getting free product from someone, especially at that time, DVS was like a legit, like sick brand. You know, they made Lakai too. You know, Lakai was just about to come out too. It was equivalent feeling of like when I signed to Nike. It was the same enthusiasm, same like excitement, because for that time, for that kid, I was 14, and so to get your first free box of shoes and know that it's going to come every month, that was such a milestone, like equivalent to any other big milestone that went to go on and happen. At each stage, it feels just as intense. That's
the interesting thing, and people, you know, I think a lot of people won't realize, like, your love and hunger for it at that point is so high. Everything that you're able to do and accomplish, it's all equally as important.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So like, I'm sure the way you felt getting that first box of shoes from DVS was probably same way you felt when you saw your name on like a City Stars board to your name on
exactly
on a girl board.
It was all the same. Like, to me, that was a big milestone, and it really was, because you go. If I now, thank God, after looking back as to how it all started, like, that kid had no idea. I had no idea what was going to happen or where I was going to go. I know where I had an idea of what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But even that went way different and better than I even knew to think of then. So it's just like each little step at that point is just all brand new, and it's all fresh, and it's all so exciting.
When you did transition from S to Nike, at that point you're still skating for girl.
Mm-hmm.
Did it feel like did everything still feel as if it was in the realm of like a very like tight-knit skate thing, or did you feel like, all right, at this point I'm feeling my career may take a huge jump?
Yeah, no, definitely going from like a core brand to Nike was like, nah, this is a big. I felt that shift of like, wow, I like hit the roof of like the skate world, and I felt like I was touching something new.
Potentially, you're a new, whole new realm, huh?
Yeah. No, definitely, I had felt that. But as far as, which I'm grateful for now, looking back, as far as the actual act of riding my skateboard, that was the same. Like the need, the drive, the enthusiasm to skate, which every step, nothing changed about like how intense I wanted to skate, how much I wanted. I always had to skate endless hours.
That too. That's the core of skating. It's like, regardless of how big of a look any skater might get in anything, whether you pop up in a movie or whatever, anything. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, at least from when we came up, it all depends on how you're skating. You know what I'm saying? So like, you could be the coolest, you could be doing the coolest, biggest shit ever, but cats can tell when you're not on the board. And I'll be the first to say that. When, like, remember when How Big Ice Cream was, and there was a time where I really lost touch with like, what got me there. You know what I'm saying? And in hindsight, there were times where like, man, I wish I would have spent a little bit more time, skating, just being on the board, you know what I'm saying? Just going through the basics and staying on there and remembering what got me to that point, because
it can be very distracting, bro.
It's easy to lose touch on.
Especially like, company like Ice Cream being around Pharrell and all the cool events and cool people you must have been meeting at the time, and the different tours just felt like superstars. Same thing with Nike. Like, they would send us all first class everywhere, 5-star hotels, no limit on how much room service you ordered, like just over the top, like living. And it's really easy to get out of touch. But I'm just so grateful, like, throughout all that, like, I just wanted to skate all the time. That's always. And because, we know countless amount of people who like made it just to that point and then like took their foot off the gas and like just as quickly or even quicker disappeared.
Yep.
And I'm just so grateful to God that just my love to ride my skateboard every day stayed strong throughout all those phases.
That's amazing. Yeah. The two of your shoes that I always really enjoyed was the one that you did with Futura. That was your first one, right? That was shoe, Zoom Elite.
That was my,
And then
first P-Rod.
The three that you did like the all red colorway. Those two were, it was almost like a Red October. That one was sick too.
All suede red.
The first one, that was the first signature shoe on Nike SB.
Yeah, that was the first signature skateboarding shoe they ever made.
That's sick. And one of which had a Jumpman logo. Yeah,
that one, that's crazy because that was the first, I don't believe I'm mistaken, that was the first shoe ever to have a Jumpman logo that wasn't
Jordan.
A Jordan.
Oh, that's sick. That's amazing.
That wasn't a Jordan shoe.
I remember being in Nocturnal being like, damn, like this is like, you guys see what's going on here? Like, this is big.
Yeah, that was crazy when they hit me with that one. That one. You know what's ironic is after all that, I still never met Michael Jordan.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, I still never had the chance to meet Michael Jordan. Hopefully.
On the flip side, though, you were that's exactly why I wore this jersey today. Was just specifically for you, for Los Angeles sports fans, people from the city. It's like this. Los Angeles is such a rich sports city. The basketball tradition, baseball, football come and gone. Now the Rams back, but and I grew up 2 towns over from where Kobe grew up at. My mom took me to countless Kobe games. And they played in the same district as my high school, so I seen him play.
Wow, you saw him play in high school
as a kid. And he played against my high school. He played. My neighbor stuck him in the sections. This kid Omar, he ended up passing away. Held Kobe to a great first half, and then Kobe exploded in the second. I'll send you the YouTube highlights. It's incredible.
Wow.
So then seeing, obviously the way that he impacted LA, and then seeing opportunities like you had with the SB and Nike commercials with him, how amazing was that to be able to work on stuff like that with him, if you don't mind me asking?
Man, like, see, Kobe means just as much to me as Jordan does.
I bet.
Obviously, our age range, we grew up seeing Jordan, prime Jordan still doing his things, won all the championships. But Kobe is the first athlete that I remember him coming into the league. Like, Jordan was in the league. He came into the league the year I was born, so I had to grow up a bit to realize what he was. But Kobe was the first athlete I remember seeing them come into the league, following his whole career, and seeing him retire. Like, he's the first person that I really saw them from beginning to end. It just meant so much to see that whole process and remember all that process. So, like, when I finally got to meet him, I was like, and especially being in LA and how big he is here and how much he means here, it's indescribable. I had the privilege of meeting him on many occasions and talking to him and just being around him and just seeing him maneuver and how he lives, and it's just
were you
incredible.
ever to get and with all due respect, maybe asking this could be a sensitive thing, but were you ever able to get any like real game from him or have like real deep conversations in terms of just work ethic and because I do, like, from what I would gauge about him is like you are a hard fucking worker too, so I'm curious to know if you guys ever had any conversations in regards to
not
disciplines.
Not one-on-one like that. I every time I talk to him, he was, "What's up, man? You good? How you doing, man? Man, I don't know how you guys do that skateboarding, man. I tried that shit. I bust my ass, man. I never skated again, man. That shit's crazy, man. You guys are crazy. That's cool, man. But nice to see, like, just he was just cool like that. But I did get to witness him talking like that. So this guy, Ron, he works at Nike. I became close with him. He came with us on a few Nike tours, and he does a lot with the basketball players, and he knows, like, how much Kobe fan I am. And we got home from a tour, and like a month later, he texts me. He says, "Hey, man, I want to invite you to this basketball camp that Nike's sponsoring. Kobe's going to be there. LeBron's going to be there. James Harden was there. I'm trying to remember who else, but those were the, like, main 3 that I remember. And this was not that long ago. This was probably 2016, 17. And I brought my daughter with me. Got to go say what up to LeBron because I had met him a few times. It was cool, like, just chopping up with him. I had met Harden at another event before too, so I got to say what up. But then Kobe, I had the most interaction. It was cool to be like, "What's up, Kobe? How you doing? Hey, man, how you doing? Good to see you." Right?
There's a sense of familiarity there.
Yeah,
that's a pretty cool feeling.
That was cool. And then it was a basketball camp, so they bust in kids, high school kids from all over, and they got to come to this camp and play, games with some of these guys, So when Kobe was there, it was just after he retired, like the summer that he retired, and
fresh off the 65
fresh off, like maybe a month.
That game was a tearjerker. Did you watch that game?
I was in Brazil on a tour with this guy Ron.
I was
on the Ruta Nike tour, and but on that day, what they did was they sent me a special pair of my shoes, my 9s, Laker colors, with his number on the back.
Get out of here.
And I skated the demo in the day of his last game. You know, it was.
I remember sitting in the living room like getting choked up, and my girl's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "I watched this guy since I was a kid."
It's
like,
crazy.
Yeah.
It's so emotional, so emotional. So I got to see after all the games were done, the camp was winding down for the day. Like the kids literally sat down, like around a campfire style, like sat down, maybe 60, 70 kids. And Kobe just stood there and he just talked to them, you know, just told them about work ethic, told them about like staying locked in and just all the stuff you've ever heard Kobe speak on in interviews and, you know, Mamba mentality type stuff. And I was just sitting there, oh man, I gotta go skate right now. Oh, I gotta go. And I'm sitting, my daughter's with me, you know, that's really cool. She got to witness that. So I didn't get to have that direct conversation, but I got to be there for like a special talk, you know.
That's sick. Have you seen the Redeem Team documentary yet?
Yeah, hell
that shit's incredible. Yeah,
absolutely.
I watched it and I was up at like 1 at night. Like I just need to do something right
now.
I know,
right?
Like he was in the gym.
Yeah, they're coming home from the club. He's already out going to the gym.
My girl was like, "Take your ass to bed, yo."
I'm too keyed up. I can't sleep. I watched that a couple times, bro. It's just brilliant. I love when he's like, I'm going through Gasol's chest. Right through his fucking
he's like,
chest.
it's his best friend.
like this is his teammate. You got to win championship. This guy. Nope.
That's how
Bam,
champions
first
do.
Yeah. Right through his chest. Not right now. We ain't friends today.
The Ice Cube commercial. So you switch heel to stairs, and he's walking up the stairs.
Yeah.
That's like the most amazing moment ever.
Yeah.
That's the illest shit ever.
That was crazy. He happened to be there. Doing something else on that campus. I think kind of like maybe like another thing how I just described another camp, but
that switch heel flip was here or in Portland?
No, that was in LA. What's cool? I'm drawing a blank right now. I'll remember the name. It's I think it was a college. It's
Out Your Guys' Way?
No, it's LA. It's LA. And so he was there doing another thing, and they're like, "You have 30 minutes with Kobe. He only has 30 minutes." You know, his handlers came and they brought him in on the little golf cart thing. Boom, he came. "What's up, man? How you doing? I see you. Cool." Like seeing Costin, because Costin had known him for a minute. Took a quick picture. Thank you. And they're like, "All right, guys, we got like at this point like 15 minutes. We got to get this right." So they're like,
Kobe. Did you know what they meant? What you got to get?
Yeah.
You knew the switch heel was already there?
Yeah. I knew. Oh no, I did switch flip. Costin did switch.
Oh, okay, gotcha. My bad.
No, all good. So before you got there, I was already all in the stairs and just warming up, and like, you know, I felt confident in that. And they just told Kobe, "Hey, Kobe, we want you to just kind of like be on your phone, walking up nonchalant, and then they're gonna come by, do a trick, and then you're gonna realize like these crazy dudes just jumped down these stairs and went up. I think it took us maybe a try or two.
Yeah.
We did it pretty quickly, and then when we went to go watch the playback, Kobe was like, "Whoa, wait, you guys flipped the board?" Because, you know, he was on the phone, and then like he waited till he felt us go by him, then he looked. So then he was like, "Wait a minute, you guys flipped it down the stairs?" I'm like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "Yo, that's nuts! Like, you guys are nuts!" Like he was pretty gassed on that, which was incredible feeling. And then a side note, on that same day, Atiba was doing a shoot with Manny Pacquiao on the same campus somewhere down there. So I ran over there. I was like, "Yo, let me go see what's Pacquiao." Like, "What's up, dude? How you doing?" This is Pacquiao still in his prime, still knocking motherfucker, like still active. Like, so just Kobe and Pacquiao the same day. I'm just like, "Yo, this is crazy." You know,
funny Atiba thing. Just this morning, I'm drinking my coffee off my phone, and Atiba pops up in my feed. It's a picture of him and Currency courtside at the Pelicans game.
Wow.
And I'm like, Currency, I love that Currency is
Was it a happy birthday one?
It was, they just had red, because I think maybe Atiba was shooting a Pels game.
Okay. I
don't know if the Pels are here or if this was in New Orleans.
Was it current, or was this an old photo?
I believe it was current.
Oh, okay.
Like maybe last night or something.
Oh,
you know?
shit,
So
okay.
But I was tripping. It was like, you know, Currency, shouts to Currency. Currency's been around hanging with us skaters for years, yo.
Long time.
You know, hella cool.
Yeah.
Always be the first to give you any cash money or no limit stories you want to hear. Which he has plenty of. So, but yeah, I was like, damn. I'm like, Atiba, yo. Atiba's like, I'm like, how do you do it, man? It's like,
there's a few people who I don't understand how they're so good at networking and making it so effortless. Like, I'm the reverse of that. I'm pretty introvert. Unless I know you, I'm pretty introvert. So it's really hard for me to maintain a lot of relationships and like maintain them at a good level.
Yeah.
And you know, because I'm pretty hit or miss with some people. Like, fuck, sorry, I didn't get back to you. Like, you know, it's hard for me to like. But like Atiba is that it's so effortless to him. Like every time I see him, he's like, oh yeah, I was just with, you know, the Ed, you too. We partied last night at Cha-Cha. It was cool. It was sick. Oh yeah. And then next thing you know, he's like, oh yeah, I was with Flea the other day. You know,
he's always working. Yeah. He's always hanging. He's always having a good time.
It's so like seamlessly done.
I'm like, it's exhausting.
Yeah, he's
though.
at an
like,
art show every day. You
Right.
see him. He's got something going on. So, shout out to Atiba. Yeah. Shout out to Currency.
I have a funny me and you Atiba story. So there's a double rail. It's on Highland and Wilshire. So first trip to LA, Clyde Singleton takes me there. Do a nose slide on it. Bong, ends up, it's a skateboarder checkout. I come back a year later.
Oh,
Clyde,
I know what you're talking about.
Listen,
Yeah.
Listen to this though. Clyde brings it back. Clyde, anybody skated yet? Nah, you're still good. He tricks it up for grab. I backside grind it. It's an ad for aesthetics. I come back a year later. This is 3 years now. I'm the backlip man, so I'm gonna backlip this thing. This is my first and only time ever skating with Atiba. So Atiba comes, you know, this the Hasselblad is popping now.
Yeah,
you know,
he had that yellow one. Did he have it? Was it all yellow one?
Man, I don't know the color off top, but you remember, you know, they would get the test shot, so you would get to walk away with that.
Yeah.
So I had the test shot of it. I didn't make it that day though, and I'm like, fuck. You know, and then my trips to LA at that point were like, if I could get 2 a year, I'd be good because I try to come stay. But, you know, I knew I'd leave and it's like, I'm a visitor here, so everything's up for grabs. Mm-hmm. So within no time, the rail starts to get barged. And then I see a P-Rod session go down on it. And I see a nollie nose slide. I see a nollie crook. Which I'm like, how the fuck did he nollie onto that thing? I see a front side flip over the rail. This is a double stack rail, Tyler. It's a rail on top of a rail. And then I see a goddamn back lip. And I was like, damn, Ball beat me to it, yo.
Don't forget the backsmith.
Dude, and fuck. They just roasted me. You know, like, but that was, you know, that was my, I was like, I'm a backlip. I know I can backlip everything. And
damn,
I was like, not
man.
only did Paul backlip it, but he just fucking did a demo on it. You know?
Damn, man.
But the rail was, for as big as it was perfect. The ground,
yeah, it was real good. That run up,
cafeteria,
straight, yeah, smooth.
You know, but and then to see like Leo kickflip front nose grind it.
Oh
like,
yeah,
the things that got done on it were.
It's been, I mean,
you know,
it's been.
Was that the only day you ever skated that thing?
It was that all the same day.
It looked like it was.
I skated it a couple times back then. And back then, you know, my knees, my ankles, my body just felt so fresh all the time, you know, thankfully. And I skated nonstop. So like the way I skated a spot was just, it wasn't just like I'm there for a trade. I'm there to skate, have a session, like just, you know, I warm, I do everything, board side.
Oh no, I mean, let me get in and out of here as quick as possible.
Everything, and I would just build up, and if however I'm feeling, I'll just build up to like on a rail like that, I'll build up to however I'm feeling like confident with, and then just try and do everything I can.
I feel like you did it with like a tank top undershirt on too.
Yeah. And I had the
guy, this thing is so big. Who would skate this with that shirt on? Yo, like you're so good. Yeah,
I had too much Biebel influence going on back then, man.
That was sick though.
Never too much actually, but I was skating those the Delta Forces.
Oh yeah, that was a good shoe. You were skating the Delta Forces.
Yeah, the Delta Forces.
I had the black. Remember the black with the baby blue with the had like a little hit of orange in it. That colorway was fire. It was one of the first ones that came out. You used to skate the white with the baby blue.
Yeah, that was like my signature colorway before my first shoe came out.
That was it. All right.
That was paying homage to Jordan.
I seen Spanish break it out recently.
Yeah. Spanish.
Shout out to Spanish Mike.
Yeah, shout out to Spanish Mike, man. He's been on top of me with my content. So
that's it.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, shit. Be it that you're a big Lakers fan. We got. I have something special Lakers for you.
Oh
Grab it
man.
real quick. Hold on tight.
You come bearing gifts, huh?
Grab it right there for me. Thank you, Ty. It's not a 2X, but
That's good.
We got a large T-shirt for you.
Oh, my guy. Thank you.
And then this one's sweet because this is 75th anniversary stuff. So
wow,
it's a full Lakers sweatsuit.
Wow,
so
really?
Purple and all. So it's a cardigan.
Guy,
yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, yo.
That is legit.
I really appreciate you coming by.
This whole fit for me to get.
This means a lot to me. I know you like I said, you're a father. You got a business. You got your own craft to keep up on. Take care of yourself. You live in the valley. It's a bit of a mission to get out here. So
well, yeah, but it's normal to me because like I have to come out here all the time for all kinds of stuff. So like me being in the car for an hour is just a normal thing. So I get good with the audio books and the.
So now with the new video out, you have some time to just to recalibrate at the park on a regular basis, or.
I'm
back
in
on
the streets, man. This rain is jamming me up.
Yeah.
So there's this clip I really want to get out here in downtown this week. So hopefully tomorrow, saying it should be okay, but hopefully it's not all puddles everywhere. But no, I don't know what's going on with me the last couple months, but like something's clicked. Like where I'm fired up, dude. I'm like chomping at the bits. I need to get these clips. I'm hungry. It just turned on. I'm not gonna lie, the last handful of years, it's kind of been like, it's been there. I've been skating consistently, but it hasn't been like Eye of the Tiger style, you know?
I mean, when you got all those different things going on, man, between the kids, the business, everything, it's a lot of, I trip for the individuals that are parents that are pro skaters, like, you as skaters, you leave the house and you leave the door with you don't have no schedule. It's just like, let's just go see where it goes. But when you got real life responsibilities,
that was my hardest adjustment for sure.
That's a hard,
scheduling, planning, like, like not only, with my daughter, thank God I have great business partners. So I'm not a day-to-day running the business type guy. Primitive would have never lasted this long if that were the case. But, to just like manage adult duties and still try to like be locked in with skating it's very difficult. That was the hardest adjustment for me to do as that transition happened, and it happens gradually. It's not like just overnight and you have to figure it out. But it's I notice as I'm getting older, if you really want to stay skating at a high level and still really committed, you have to do all those things that when you were a kid you thought were whack.
Yeah.
Working out, stretching, rolling out on the foam rollers, going to chiropractors, eating better, partying less. The shit that you were like, man, why are you being such a robot or but like you don't, because at that time your body is just good no matter what. Yeah. No matter what you do to what you throw at it, it's gonna power through that. No problem. But as you get older, if you really want to still do this thing that you love, that you've been doing since you were a baby, pretty much, you have to make a decision. Like, all right, man, I really need to treat myself like a real athlete. Yeah. I really need to be smart about this and approach it differently. Have strategy to it. Like, even on, like I was just telling you earlier, like, on a day that I work out, it's probably not a day that I'll be skating, because if I work out and then try to skate, then my next day is screwed on my non-workout day. So like on my non-workout day, that's when I'm trying to have myself feel fresh and prepared, and I can now have to plan out when I'm going to be sore, how much soreness I'm going to have, because I want to go street skate and film on this day, so I need to make sure I'm fresh by this day. So I need to plan out my week on how I did it in order to successfully street skate.
There's nothing worse than going too hard, doing like deadlifts or squats on like a Wednesday, and then like a Saturday you're like still sore. You're like, damn, I kick my own ass doing this.
But that's why the stretching, the recovery, you have to almost put just as much into your recovery as you do skating.
Yeah. The foam roller. That thing's a gift from God.
The
foam rollers. I used to be like, why are you people? What's so important about rolling back and forth on that thing?
Dude, it's the reality, man. So I still have such a strong desire and want to skate that I will do what it takes to be able to do this at a at a quality level, at a relevant level for as long as I can. As soon as I can't do that, even while doing all this, then I'm peace out. See you guys later.
And I'm sure everything that you said that you applied towards your skating, it's equally as beneficial as to every other discipline in your life.
Everyday life, like it's so many good benefits for it. Like just like for functionality, just from moving and feeling good. Like in general, even though I've had injuries and had a lot of wear and tear over the years, but in general, I feel very good, very youthful. I still have lots of energy. Like, so I still I forget that I'm like seeing 40 right there around the corner. You know what I mean? And it feels good.
Yeah,
it feels good.
That's awesome,
Yeah.
Shit, working out, that was like the best. I started snowboarding again last year, and having worked out, spent the last couple of years like really working out, I was like, when I go into this, I'm like, I'm gonna be dead. And sure enough, I'd go ride for a day or two, and I feel completely fine. I'm like, damn, all of that shit really has helped 100%. Out. So
your endurance, everything, it's I can't even stress how helpful it is. There's a reason why these athletes like Kobe and Jordan, all these people that even us skaters look up to, there's a reason why they've had these kind of careers and they became who they became. It's because they did the work behind the scenes that you're not seeing.
Especially the partying tip too, man. That's a big thing. It's like
that's the hardest one. Man. Yeah, that's been the hardest one for me too. Like I never done drugs and nothing like that, but like I like to go out with my homies. I like to have some drinks, and I have a personality that like if I do something like that I love, I do it all the way. Yeah. So if I go out with my homies, make sure we got a driver or Uber, and we going out, and it's gonna be a night.
I recognized that a long time
ago. That was hard.
A lot of especially in the fashion space, a lot of the people that I really look up to and respect, man, these are guys, they put that shit behind them 10, 15 years ago. And I'm like, there's a reason why they're 50 plus and still clicking, and still grinding, still working just as hard as they did 20, 30 years ago.
Absolutely. And I respect that. And, I think it went reverse for me, but it worked out well. Like when we were younger and everybody was going through their party phase, I was in my locked in phase. Yeah. But then just a couple years ago, I was in a long ass relationship and I became single, and I hadn't been single in forever. So I was like, I want to see what's out here. I want to go check out, life and see what's going on, be around people and like just experience all new things. And I just kind of was having so much fun that I had to reel it in for sure.
Yeah. I remember a friend of mine said we're at the Culver City Mall, and I was like, I went like a little restaurant. I forget the spot that they went into, and they're like, seeing Paul just kicking in there with a Aperol Spritz on like a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Who was it?
It was Big Cat.
Oh yeah, it was Big Cat. Yeah.
There was another story that happened right after that. Well, we don't need to get into.
But that's nice that you take time to yourself to like, just like you don't let the pressures of life and you have the bandwidth to be like, I need to step out, chill for a little bit, and then step back in and understand when I'm stepping back in order to be productive and to really be successful. These are the things I need to do, and these are the things I need to stick to. So,
thank you for that. And it's something I had to learn about myself, because up until that point, all I knew was just skate. I was in long ass relationships for a long time, so when other friends were all out just trying to see girls and hang out and whatever, I wasn't doing that. I was just skate. So like once I became single and started, hanging out more and hanging out with the homies and going to events and parties or whatever, and realizing that like I was like falling off, I realized like, damn, I have I don't know if it's an addictive personality or if it's just like I just have a passionate personality, I would call it. Like if I'm skating, I'm skating, I'm doing it all the way. If I'm going with the homies and I'm partying, I'm doing it the same, minus drugs and stuff like that. I do not do drugs, but nonetheless, I don't know. I had to learn that about myself and realize, okay, this is a lesson in your life that you now need to learn. Like you're your own boss. Nobody's going to tell you to stop. This is not like, it's up to you to like have the discipline to like reel it in, get back on track.
And well, that's the thing. I've always noticed that about you, and I'm sure a lot of people, that everyone that knows you is like you are such a you're so calm and cool and level headed. You know, it's like you know, I'm like I always love about Paul. Paul's not he don't get too high, he don't get too low. He knows where to keep it. And I'm like, I'm sure that's how he, you know, approaches everything in his life, you know, and to speak into what it's like, what you understand, like, all right, if I'm going this way a little bit too much, I need to shimmy back and get over here if I want to stay here. You know, it's like,
I appreciate that. I mean, from my perspective, it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel, so like,
because you know, it's like this is a tough industry. It's you know, you know, we watch companies go through shit. We watch friends and family go through shit. And at the end of the day, we're still people. We still have our own shit that we're dealing with. Yeah. So it's like you're managing all of that. You know, now we're managing other little human beings. It's like, and you've always kept everything so smooth and calm and you know.
I appreciate that.
So level-headed,
it seems
man,
like that, and I strive for that for sure. And all glory to God once again, man. I always make sure I stay prayed up, and even when I know I'm doing wrong, you know, God still has always shown patience to me and given me, you know, time to learn and pull it in before I have to learn the hard way, you know. Thank God. And also during this time, I've found out, like, because I guess maybe from the outside looking in, everything looks still like it's going normal, but like I've definitely had I found out your real friends, like your brothers, who were like, yo, they've sat me down. Yeah. You know, they've sat me down and said, yo.
But that means you have good people in your life.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
You know,
they've sat me down on a few occasions.
People will just let you. People love to watch a train wreck, yo. People love like
absolutely.
It's good to you have people in your circle that care, you know, and
that's what it really showed me, that because, you know, like I had never had to have that happen before in my life, and the real homies like aren't afraid to like tell you what you don't want to hear, you know, and tell you what you're in denial of, and you know that showed me, like, man,
it's good to have people like
I got real ones.
Because you know, as you get older, you evolve. You realize people are in and out of your life. You know, you might value that relationship more than they did. They can keep it moving. You know, you keep it moving. But you know, there's those people that, you know, my girl's like that for me. She's like really like the anchor of, like, if I'm wilding, she'll tell me. If I need to, if I'm doing good in something, she's like, yo, you should, you know, focus on this and go hard. You know, so
that's why you guys are so solid. That's why you guys have stood the test of time, man. You know, so you're a very blessed man.
Well, shit, yeah, I appreciate it. Well, shit, I know you have a busy day. It is it's almost 4:00 on Thursday. I knew Jared wasn't going to. He did it again, yo. He found his way out of another episode. Jared, my partner, who you met.
Yeah.
He put this together. But now he runs the day to day. So
you know, we got to make sure. Right now, boxes are getting shipped out. Everything's flowing, man. So Jared's down there.
We're gonna get him on for another one. So, but yo, thank you so much, Paul. Really appreciate it. This means a lot to me.
Of course.
You know, I think back to like the old park, yo, like the one off of is it Roscoe or Canoga?
Yeah.
Which is close, which is in proximity to the new park, but like
somewhere in the
just like sitting there, like watching you guys skate, like back in the day, I just be like, damn, this is why these guys are so good, yo. Like this is what they do. They're just locked in here, and it was like a level of skating, like seeing what's called Shane when he was Nugget, you know, like Tori, like all you guys, man. I was like, dude, this is why these little motherfuckers in the valley are so good, yo.
Dude,
like
I just all glory to God, man. Like I was really blessed. Tori, Shane, we're really, but we just really love to do this. We love, like, I'm the type of guy, like, if I don't love something, I won't do it.
Yeah.
Like I'm really stubborn like that. Like, ask me to answer emails, I will not do it. I'm not emailing you. I'm not responding. I'm barely even looking at emails. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm not really into something, I won't do it. But if I'm into it, I can't get enough. Yeah. I can't get enough of it. Like in every category of life, I have to just be all about it. So we just couldn't stop. We just loved it. Like that's just all we wanted to do.
Yeah, the level of skating I used to see in this spot, Ty, was insane. Yo, I was like, and I grew up around great skaters, but I was like, this was seeing a whole new generation of kids taking what I feel like the skaters that I grew up on showed you what was possible, and then being like, no, you know, this is actually possible. You can revert out of that nollie flip nose grind, or like, you know, you know.
And now, I mean, look at now. And now the kids now are just
this is insane.
Shattering what we were doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just.
I seen a kid, I don't know his name, but he did a front side. I guess it's front side. He did a wally up the clipper ledge, the front side blunt slide.
Yes,
down it,
I saw that.
And I'm like, yeah, this is insane, man. Yeah. Why would you even think of that?
I can't. What I wonder is like, how do you even try that? Test it out without just committing.
That's another wacky question too. Like I'm just gonna wally into this like little sketchy ledge that has wax on it. Like,
how do you like you know, test it out? Like me, I'm a testing kind of guy. Like back in the day with the rail, I would ollie next to it, kick my board next to it, and then like slowly like work my way into it. But like I can't see how you work your way up.
You ever skate clipper?
Never been.
Nah, me neither.
Yeah, never been. I think at this point I probably won't.
It looks pretty perfect for what it is. I mean, it's Frisco, so you know the ground and everything is rough and rugged. But it's like, for what it is, it's like, it looks perfect. I mean, remember when Darrell did the ollie over the
front blunt down I just saw that the other day, yeah. Ollie over front blunt. But like now, what's gone down on is just epic.
Wacky,
epic. So I don't think I have anything to contribute to Clipper at this juncture.
I'm sure you do. But my man, I'll let you enjoy your day. We'll get Jared on the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Rodriguez. Thank you so much, Paul. You're the fucking man.
Thank you, Jimmy. Love you, dude.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, bro.
Cool.